Okay. What's your first name?
Ellie.
Ellie? Hey, Ellie.
Stop! Stop! Stop!
Okay, and how old are you?
I'm 18.
You're 18?
Yeah.
Okay.
Stop! Fucking touching me!
Like half the
I was
things
going to
talking
buy
my partner.
him Christmas presents while he's at work. Is there anything that you did today, medications, alcohol, weed, anything like that? Okay. So now what we're gonna do is I'm gonna search your vehicle. Fuck you!
Okay.
Everything's on video. Everything's on video.
Okay, recently I've fallen down the rabbit hole of watching police body cam footage because I have found it as a genre so revealing about female psychology. This video we're about to watch, like so many others, really takes you into the mind of a woman. And in watching these videos, I have come to understand that law enforcement are kind of the last people that can put their hands on women and use physical restraints when necessary. Like for us civilians, if we've got a woman who's acting crazy or even violent, we can't really respond, but police absolutely have the power to do that, and they do. But women in these situations cannot make sense of that. And it is absolutely fascinating to watch what happens when reality clashes into entitlement. And perhaps for the first time in their lives, these adult women are facing consequences, real consequences for their delusions. It's very revealing of female psychology. So we're going to watch this video of this woman who was pulled over by the police because she was swerving on the road, she was driving dangerously, and then this is their encounter.
Is there anything that you did today that you think in terms of medications, alcohol, prescribed, not prescribed drugs, weed, anything like that?
So I'm going to give you an opportunity to be honest with me, okay? Because when you opened your door, I saw the bottle of vodka
That's in your driver's side of your door.
I don't have it.
Okay. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to have you stand by with these officers and I'm going to search your vehicle.
You don't have the warrant to do that.
Actually, I have probable cause because I observed alcohol.
You don't have warrant to do that.
Because I observed
I have
alcohol.
a right to not let you search my car.
Okay, so
I have a right to not let you search my car.
Unfortunately,
No, I have a right to not let you search my car.
we're not doing this.
I have a right to not let you search my car.
Ellie, don't.
You know my rights, and you know I have a right to not let you
touch me.
search my car.
Okay, listen.
So just to clarify, in this jurisdiction, the police absolutely do have the right to search your vehicle if they observe alcohol in the car. But this girl, she's talking about her rights. You don't have a warrant. Like, she's so sure of herself, even when she's speaking to experts in the law, like the police. They do this every single day, and yet she's absolutely convinced that she's right, that she knows better. And yeah, you can see at that stage, the female officer is holding her in place because she's worried that she's going to do something stupid because this girl moved to like physically prevent her. And she's like, no, calm down. We don't want to go there. We don't want this to escalate into anything. She's trying to keep the situation calm, but obviously it's not going to be up to the police officer. It's going to be up to this girl. So yeah, let's see what she does.
There's a little weed in the center console. There's a pipe I see.
Yeah, and
Listen,
they don't have a right to search my car.
Listen to me.
They don't. I've been.
Listen to me.
I know you don't have a right to search my car.
Chill out, okay?
I know.
Because I don't want to have to put you in handcuffs right now.
I know you don't have a right to search my car.
You need
It's
to
an
relax.
exception to the law. It's called a mobile conveyance.
You guys looked in my car before you have a right to search my car. And so you don't have a right to search my car.
There's also plain view. Yes.
You don't have a right to search my car.
I do.
No, you don't.
Okay, so
no,
Ellie,
you don't.
Ellie, we do. Ellie, we don't want to put you in handcuffs.
I'm telling you.
Just cooperate with us.
I'm telling you for a fact you don't have a right to search my car.
So listen to me. This is going to go one of two ways, okay? I would rather not put you in handcuffs. So I don't want to put you in handcuffs, okay? I don't want to. I'm sorry to hear that. But this is the deal. If you're cooperative, we can figure this out and work through it.
I'm just saying you can't search my car without a warrant. You can't search my car without a warrant.
So I know the law. Probably.
I know the law.
Okay.
Because I've looked it up and I know you can't search my car without a warrant, so I'm not allowing you
Ellie,
to.
I'm giving you one of two choices.
I know you can't search my car without a warrant. You guys know this.
Ellie, these are... Ellie,
No, you can't.
Ellie, these are your choices.
Yes, you can, Ellie.
These are your choices. You can go stand by that squad car with these two gentlemen, okay? That's your first choice. If you do not want to do that, your second choice is I'm going to put you in handcuffs, okay? So Which
You
do you
can't
choose?
search my car without a warrant.
Which do you choose?
You
I'm going to
can't-
give you. I'm not arguing with you.
You
I'm going
can't- you
to. I'm
can't-
going to give you one opportunity right now.
You can't search my
What is
car
your-
without a warrant.
Ellie, it's all on body cam.
This female officer is being so calm, so understanding, and yet the energy from the girl is still so righteous. Why? She knows she's in the wrong. There's alcohol, there's weed in the car. She was driving dangerously. There's no hint of apology. Everything about what she's doing speaks of like she's like a righteous victim standing up for justice. There's no sense that she's aware that she's done anything wrong. The police officer is being so patient. She's explained the laws, what her rights are, the reasoning. She clearly doesn't want things to escalate. And so she's given her two choices. Essentially, there's the easy way, you cooperate, or there's going to be the hard way. We're going to stop arguing. Tell us which one of these choices you're going to make. Let's see which one she chooses.
You can't search my car
Yes,
without a
we can.
warrant. No, you can't.
Turn around. Turn around.
Do not
We're
handcuff
not
me.
gonna
I
do
am.
this. We're not going to do this. We're not going to do this.
Chill. Turn around. Stop.
Please don't handcuff me. I'll go with them to the
Stop.
cop car. Please don't handcuff me. I'll go with them to the car. I'll go with them to the car right now. Please don't handcuff me.
Ellie.
We already spoke about this. We gave you the option.
Don't handcuff me. I'll go to the car with them right now.
I need.
Please.
You have my hand.
I'll go to the car with them right now. Please don't
Ellie.
handcuff
Ellie, we're not going to do
Ellie.
this. We're not going to do
Ellie,
this.
stop. You got her.
I can't be handcuffed. Please, I'm trying to walk to the
Ellie,
car. I can't
stop.
be handcuffed.
Stop.
I can't
Stop.
be handcuffed.
Stop it now. Okay, right now you're being placed under arrest, okay? For well, we're gonna figure it out. It's at least we'll go illegal consumption of alcohol by a minor right now, okay? Do you have the key?
Isn't it fascinating how quickly her demeanor changed? Initially she was like this badass, like, you can't do that, you have no right, there's no like a warrant. But then as soon as reality comes into it and she is actually placed in handcuffs, all that emotion just fades away completely. And now she's like sobbing and begging. I always find that unnerving when I encounter that in women, how quickly their emotions can change. It seems very inconsistent. But I guess in this case, there is somewhat of a consistency because she consistently doesn't want to get in trouble. So if she thinks intimidating the officers is going to work, she'll try that. And if she thinks sobbing and begging is going to work, now she'll try that. I'm on the sidelines thinking, are these emotions real? Are they just performances? It's just weird watching somebody switch emotions so quickly. And as you're about to see, the next step is anger.
Stop. Stop. Stop.
Let's not do that.
Stop it. Stop it.
I can't be in handcuffs.
Get her head. Just make sure that she
I
doesn't
can't be in handcuffs.
Stop, Ellie.
Ellie, we're not doing this.
Like,
Ellie,
one.
I can't
Ellie,
be
we're
in
not doing this. We're
handcuffs.
not doing this.
I said, take me out of
Stop.
the
Okay?
Take me out of the
Let's get her in the car.
Take me out of the handcuffs.
I mean, there's the progression. She started off like too cool for anything, and then like trying to intimidate them, you have no right, then like sobbing and begging, and then like angry. All of this was so avoidable. That nice officer was so calm, said, hey, like, just cooperate, just come over here like we've requested, then we won't need to put you in handcuffs. I mean, she obviously hates being in the handcuffs, and I'm sympathetic. Who would want to be in handcuffs? It makes you feel claustrophobic. But I mean, at this stage, she's her own worst enemy. She's got to face reality. She's got to work with these people. She's just making it harder for herself. Okay, I'm just going to fast forward through this bit. If anybody wants to see the full video, uncut, I'll put a link in the description box below, but I'll explain what's happening. Like the female officer, she's being very nice and calm. She's like helping her breathe, like, you're going to be okay. Like, breathe with me, just sit in the car, just chill out. We can put the windows down. The girl, she continues to beg to have her handcuffs off, and the officer's explaining that she can't do that because now she's under arrest. She would get fired. It would go against policy. She can't just take her handcuffs off. But the girl continues to act really, really like erratic and kind of violent and screaming and yelling and such. And so the female officers explain to her, okay, like this can get even worse. Like, please calm down, work with us here because my superior is on the way and he's bringing a particular like mechanism called a wrap. And that's for full on kind of restraint. So please just cooperate, chill out, then we won't need to use that. And when the male officer turns up, yeah, you can see him there. He's really nice. He's very gentle. These are not like dickhead cops. And he's like trying to be very sweet and caring. He's like, look, I've got this rap. We don't want to have to do it, but please, just work with us here, like help yourself.
Okay, so Ellie, what I'm gonna do is a little bit more of a thorough search, just like
You can't touch me. I give you not
Stop
permission
yelling.
to
Stop
touch
yelling.
me.
Ellie,
I don't
Ellie,
give you
Ellie.
permission to touch me. I don't give you permission to touch
Okay,
me.
that's my female.
I don't care if it's a female.
give you permission to touch me! I don't give you permission to touch me! I don't give you permission to touch me! I don't give you permission to touch me! Just because you're
You're just making it worse for yourself. You're just making it worse for yourself, Ellie.
Ow! Just because you're with the law does not mean you can
You're just
touch
making it
me
worse for yourself.
without consent!
You're just making it
You
worse for yourself.
can't
Ellie,
touch me
step out of the car.
without consent! Ow! Ow! You can't touch me without consent! Ow! You can't! You can't touch me without consent! I don't want men touching me without consent.
We're kind of
I don't.
When you're acting like this, Ellie,
You don't have consent to touch.
Actually, Dave, why don't you get feet on the
Let go of me! Ah! Ah! Ah!
All right, I'm going to stop it there. A very distressing video, but it's also frustrating because it's like, please just help yourself here. But as entitled as she's acting, I can't help but feel sorry for her because you can just see in the words that she's speaking that she's a victim of this culture that has indoctrinated her into believing that she's completely untouchable. You know, she keeps screaming, "You can't touch me without consent. You know, I don't give you consent to touch me," as though that's it. That's like the magic bullet. And she seems to fully believe that that's her right. I mean, the education system has failed her so much, she doesn't even realize that the police, in enforcing laws and arresting people, obviously have to touch her. This is what happens when you bring women up in this culture that treats them like they're so special, they're so sacred. You can never possibly touch them, no matter how obnoxious they're behaving, even in this instance when she's endangering other people's lives by swerving on the road. It reminds me of women who are physically violent towards their partners, like hitting their boyfriends and stuff, and then they're surprised when they get hit back. You know, even though they were being violent first, they thought that they were a protected status. They never believed that there could be any consequences for what they're doing. So yeah, watching this woman sort of kick and scream and yell and protest, you can see she never has encountered reality like this before. Even though she didn't get consent from all the other people using the road that was subject to her dangerous driving, she thinks that this principle of consent is somehow going to protect her in a traffic stop with the police. It's very sad. Whoever raised this girl has failed her. So I'm going to fast forward through this bit again and tell you what's going on. Yeah, again, you can watch the full video if you want. I'll put a link down below. But this part, I mean, it's hard to watch. She's just more protesting, more screaming. And she actually starts at this point physically attacking the officers. And so they make the judgment call that she's a danger to herself and to them. And so they put her in this restraining hold and then into this wrap. And you can hear the lady officer, she keeps saying over and over again, "Stop biting, stop biting." The officers are literally begging with her, saying, "Please stop. We don't want to hurt you. We don't want to do this." And at one point, she just starts screaming and screaming. Honestly, these officers need to get paid more. But it's not complete sadness that she's experiencing. There's also a very hateful, vindictive energy that she brings to it. She's speaking a lot of threats, saying, "I'm going to sue you. I'm going to destroy you in court." There's a lot of threats against the officers. You know, she's spitting at them. And then the whole drive home, she's just hurting herself. She's just banging her head, screaming at the top of her lungs. She gets on the floor and then she starts protesting "I can't breathe. I can't breathe." You know, so obviously the officers, they pull over to check on her. And then she switches right back to threatening them, there's going to be lawsuits and "you need to take me home." She keeps saying "Take me home. I demand to be released," seemingly with the full expectation that her demands are going to be listened to. Even when she was asking for help, she's like, fuck you, I can't breathe, fuck you. And then as they get closer to the police station, suddenly her demeanor changes again. She becomes really cooperative and calm. She says, "I want to be able to call my sister and my dad." And it's funny how calm she can be when she wants something.
Do I only get one phone call or can I have two?
I'm pretty sure you get more than that.
So I can call my sister to
Sure.
help me out, and if she doesn't answer, I can call my dad.
Sure.
The officer's so nice to her, yeah, you can call your sister and your dad, because when she wants something, she's being really calm, really respectful. It's just unnerving to see a woman go from such highs to such lows, that variation of intensity. I'm going to fast forward through this bit as well because it's just footage of the police officers getting ready. They've got to move her into this facility and they're explaining that she's biting and spitting. And so they're getting some piece of equipment called a spit shield. I mean, look how many officers they're bringing out to deal with her. It's such a shame. Like, she was calm and cooperative just a moment ago when asking for her phone calls. Like, why does it have to be so intense? What you're going to see in this next part is they're having to put this spit shield over her because she keeps spitting at the officers.
All right, we're going to get you out, okay? I'm going to put this on your head, okay? Just give me 1 second, okay?
Just lean your head back. Lean your head back.
Can you please get the hair out of my mouth?
Okay, but listen. We have to get you in a facility.
Can I please go into the facility? Then I'm so thirsty.
So right now, though, you're in the route. Okay, that means these men are going to have to carry you in there.
Then the girls?
They're going to be with you.
Well, the men can't touch any part of my
I
body except the rack.
don't have enough men or women to do that.
Well, they can only touch the rack. I'm not gonna let the men touch my body.
This looks loose enough to where you should be able to walk a little bit with short steps. Do you think you can do that?
Yes, I can. If they handcuff me, I can't walk with my hands behind my back.
We have to.
They can hold either one of my hands.
We have to do that to get you in this door, and then we'll get your restraints off. Does that sound fair?
As long as no men touch me.
Okay.
So what you heard her say again and again there is, no men are allowed to touch me. They can touch my wrap, but I don't let any men like touch my body. And who knows what she's been through that's causing this to be such an issue for her, the idea of men touching her. She could be the survivor of a sexual assault or rape. We don't know. If she is a survivor of such a thing, then it's traumatizing. She obviously has my genuine sympathy. But on the other hand, like I said, I've gone down a rabbit hole and I've watched a bunch of these body cam videos, and this thing about like men can't touch me, I don't give consent, you know, you're doing this. This comes up a lot when women are getting arrested. I've seen a bunch of videos where women were trying to get out of being in trouble by claiming that all the officers were like sexually assaulting her. I mean, thank God for body cams. I know the conventional wisdom is that they're to protect the victim, but in situations like this, they're 100% there to protect the officer. Who knows what the woman would claim afterwards were it not everything being filmed. I'm thinking for every police officer out there, they've got to wear body cams for their own protection. Otherwise, they could probably be accused of like 100 false accusations. Thank God the camera doesn't lie. I want to play a little bit of footage from another arrest video. Check this out.
Go ahead. You both bitches. Help me! Help me! Fuck you!
We need to do the blood came from. Yeah, but
You goddamn bitches! Fuck you! I have done nothing wrong. Both of you bitches.
Man.
Fuck you! They're touching my breasts. They're touching my vagina. They're touching my breasts.
Do you know where you target?
Okay, first off, we'll state the obvious. Any man who sexually assaults a woman is the worst kind of scumbag and deserves the strongest possible condemnation. We have sympathy for female victims of such a crime because it's serious. We treat it seriously. But some women know that and they see an opportunity. And it takes a certain type of moral depravity to accuse somebody of something as serious as sexual assault just to get out of trouble. It is a very serious crime. You're just going to throw around that accusation, potentially ruining somebody's life just because you didn't want to pay a speeding ticket or whatever. It's one of the common talking points you'll hear anytime somebody expresses skepticism about a woman's story. Women would never lie about something like that. I wish that was the case. I wish that was true. Women do lie about it. In situations like this, it doesn't even take much for them to lie about it. It's like right there on the tip of their tongue. They can't wait to accuse somebody of sexual assault. Men can be creeps and scumbags. Absolutely. Women can also lie about men being creeps and scumbags. I don't know what to do about that. Maybe we should all wear body cams. So yeah, like I mentioned, I've been going down a rabbit hole. I've watched a whole bunch of these videos. If it's something you're interested in, you want to see what happens when women get arrested and how they handle it, type it into YouTube. You'll find a bunch. But with regards to this woman, her story is not over. She gets taken into the jail cell. She gets put through some sobriety tests. She's talking with the officers. They're trying to make things better for her. She keeps resisting, make things worse. So again, while they're trying to process her and bring her into this facility, what you see from her are these wild mood swings. She's like screaming and like banging the walls at points, but at other points when she wants something, like she keeps asking again and again and again, can my parents please bail me out? She's speaking really nicely. She's speaking very, very calmly, these huge mood swings. And the officers are explaining to her, like, well, that's not going to be up to me. That's going to be up to a judge. And then the moment that she doesn't get what she wants, she just starts like banging on the wall and like screaming again. Then at some point, she is taken into a different room and they're going to do the breathalyzer on her to determine her blood alcohol level. And as they're giving her the instructions, she's so righteous, like, stop speaking to me like a 5-year-old. Again, you don't even know what to do with that lack of self-awareness. Like here, we've watched her just have this incredible tantrum like a 5-year-old. And then like, she's like, you should speak to me as though I'm like a calm, intelligent, rational adult. It was clear when watching this video that she fully believed that something like that could never happen to her. And it makes me wonder if there's a bit of a gender difference here, because speaking only for myself, I have 100% played through scenarios of being arrested, of being placed in jail, of being placed in jail for a long time, both for crimes that I might have committed and also in instances where I'm completely innocent. Like I'm a guy who likes being informed about what's going on around the world, and dictatorships and tyrannies seem to be vastly outnumbering democracies where human rights are protected at the moment. And in history, there've been so many tyrannical regimes, or even just back in medieval times being subject to the king. Like the idea of having rights, of having any expectation of justice is such a rarity in the human condition. And when I'm reading about these things, I always can't help but put myself in their position and wonder, like, how is this going to go? Like, how would I handle such situation? And it makes me extraordinarily grateful to live in a country that has the rule of law, that has due process. And I'm thinking, right, like, if I am being arrested by the police in this situation, I generally have the expectation I'm going to be treated well, like there's going to be some kind of justice. And if there's not, I'm going to try and make things easier for myself. I'm going to handle this with some stoicism, with some dignity, with some respect for reality. And when I watch this woman getting arrested, I can't help but wonder if she is completely ignorant about all of the countries that exist where the officers wouldn't be so kind, of all the history of the nations where she would have no rights. For her to be indignant and like morally outraged when she's clearly drunk, clearly in the wrong, is so difficult for me to relate to. I would be apologetic. And I think that there's also a fundamental respect for reality I have, is that even if I was unjustly being arrested, I would look around and think, okay, how is this going to work? What's going on? I try and have some dignity and try and figure it all out. This girl seems to 100% believe that if she just kicks and screams and threatens loud enough that somehow she's going to get her way. And you can't help but wonder if that's just a carryover from the way that she interacts with everybody in her life. And then what the fuck has gone on with her parents and the authority figures in her life that they've allowed this to work? I've said it many, many times, is that the job of disciplining children is the father's. I want to interview the father of this girl and say, dude, what the fuck? Like, how have you raised her? When you tried punishing her as a child, if you did she respond this way? Did you let her get her way? Because you've not adequately socialized her for the real world. Here, this was a very routine traffic stop. She was clearly in the wrong. The officers were nice to her, and she handled it with zero dignity, zero grace, and made everything way worse for herself, and probably got a bunch of additional charges like attacking peace officers. So yeah, like I mentioned, these videos have been very, very, like, they're kind of addictive. I don't know, in a good way. I just find myself just watching with fascination. Very, very interesting to see how people handle these kind of situations. Maybe this is more than you can possibly stomach. And you're like, I've seen one. I get your point, Alexander. I'm done. Or maybe you're going to be like me. You're going to spend the next 6 hours just watching endlessly videos like this. If you do, please feel free to come back here and write in the comment section. I watched a bunch of these videos and here are my takeaways. I'd be fascinated to know what other people make of this.